Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new chapter of One Piece, which is on chapter 1137. This chapter right here was actually pretty cool, and to think that it was like, what's the word? Released this kind of early. Well, not in terms of like official release, but in terms of like translations and all. I was actually pretty shocked. Although, like, it's fine, you know. I mean, I get it done now than later, and I get to rest a little bit more for tomorrow. So, if by all means, let's just get this started. There's a nice cover continuation page with like Yamato, which she likes to call himself Odin or herself Odin, and oh man, I forgot her name. Otama. Having to like do her own thing with them and figuring out what's going on at the mysterious base. Other than that, let's continue on. We have to it that Rodo, the one who is accompanying like Nami, Luffy, and Zoro, ends up entering the castle and like looking like the place is busted, etc. And we get to see that they end up entering the place, and seems like to me we get to hear about Rodo's history or narration about what's happening in the castle. And this is when Loki killed King Harold whatsoever. And we have to it that Zoro's like, well, this is pretty crazy. I mean, like, this must have took some serious destructive power. As Ro continues on, he says, Loki is a monster and King Harold is known to be a great warrior. That this damage was actually inevitable. Other than that, it's filled with a lot of giant skeletons, and that Loki killed a lot of guards. So coming to the set is actually forbidden. Other than that, we get to see that Road ends up seeing Luffy jumping on a skull with some horns, and we have to it that Rodo explains to Luffy that those belong to someone with ancient giant warrior blood, and there are no longer any pure-blooded members of the clan, but some blood flows within them now and then. And he ends up showing Luffy, Nami, and Zoro a portrait of King Harold, which I thought it was pretty cool. I thought, like, oh wow, pretty crazy. But not to mention, he is known to be Elbaf's strongest king. Not to mention the scars on his forehead where his ancient giant horns formed up before he ripped them out himself. He believed the ancient giants were relics of war-torn era, and that he decided to get rid of it. We have to it that, like, after the king's death, the country fell into great sadness, and because of Loki, they end up having to be, like, crazy. Other than that, King Harold actually had another son, and that's Harjudin. And they go like, whoa, seriously? Isn't he Loki's brother? He's like, yeah, they had different mothers, though. Before marrying the queen, Harjudin was born... Before marrying the queen, Harjin was actually born from a different woman, and unfortunately, like, she was born in a different giant country, which is really crazy. I thought there was only one giant country, but I guess there's multiple. But whatever the situation grows, we had to it. Road explains that both giants. They were both giants, but you can't talk when you humans kill each other all the time over land. Eventually, Road ends up explaining about how having children with a giant from another land actually taints the blood of Elbaf, and it's really taboo. And Zoro's like, this doesn't make any sense. Why did you join Harjin's crew if you think he's tainted with blood? He goes like, well, he talks about how freaking Road was bullied, and that Harjin actually wants him to be his friend and say, hey, you guys show me how to draw these charts whatsoever. You're a navigator, aren't you? And Road explains like how he was always earnest and straightforward with me, and that his dream is to unite all the giant tribes, and he wants to be king of the giants. And we have to it that Road actually wants to make that kind of dream reality, and Zoro finds that kind of motivation kind of boring. That motivation is nothing new to me. Kind of boring if you even think about it. And we have to it that, like, Luffy says, hey, this way, I found some knocked out giants whatsoever. Then we go to the other half of the chapter, where we get to see Gunko is torturing Loki pretty badly. They are trying to get him to join up with them, and Loki's like, well, I'm going to tell you this right now. I know what you're going to do, and I'm not interested to joining you. And, of course, this angers Gunko and ends up beating up Loki so bad, and then gives him a final warning. So, will you become a god's knight? But Loki's like giving her the middle finger, or sticks out his tongue saying, "No way, I ain't gonna be your slave, you." And we have to it that we don't know where he got stabbed, but there's a possibility he might be alive or killed. But knowing that Loki is very important in this arc, I highly doubt this God's Knight Gunko has killed him. If Oda decides to kill Loki off at this point, it'd be pathetic and pointless. Not that I'm trying to be a jerk about it, just being honest, because Loki is a key figure in this arc. I'm just sure of it. There's no way Oda's gonna kill him off just like that. I mean, if he's gonna kill him off, at least give him a chance to like either cause Ragnarok or cause some kind of crazy event that it's okay to have him killed off. But knowing Oda, he's not going to be that kind of person going, "Okay, Loki, you named the character, you're trapped here, blah, 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 you have a messed up backstory, and I'm just going to kill you off." Oda's not like that. I'm sure of it. He does this kind of stuff a lot, and those of you guys who read One Piece or even watched One Piece, you will know how Oda works. So, hopefully, Loki is not dead. I'm pretty sure he's just unconscious, and though we don't know where he was stabbed. That's the problem. There's no explicit detail if he got stabbed in the heart or somewhere that's very vital. But here's another thing. We get to know that the guy that looks like Shanks, that's not Shanks at all. That is actually Fingerling Shamrock. He is known to be he is actually the captain of the Gods Knights of the World Noble, son of the elder Fingerling Garling. So yeah. So that's a good thing. It's very good that Oda loves to do these kinds of things with people, and to think that he can like make someone similar but different style in a different character, that's great. So it's not Shanks. It's never have been Shanks. So that's a good thing to know. And to think that he had like what? An audience with the 5 elders? That's impossible. Shanks is a pirate. There's no way in hell he's gonna have an audience with the 5 elders, except this guy that looks like him, Fingerling Shamrock, son of Fingerling Garling. Yeah, it's only obvious. So, knowing we get to see Gunko and Fingerling Shamrock, they are known to be the Gods Knights. I'm pretty sure they're very strong. That's for certain. And even if they do pose a threat, they won't be killing any of our characters anytime soon, unless Oda decides to surprise us all in a certain way. Other than that, I look forward to next chapter, because right now Shamrock, or Fingerling Shamrock, says, "You know what? Long ago, these savage warriors of Alva dominated the New World. The world government will bring them to heel no matter what." And he gets ready to go into action with Gunko. So I look forward to see how this goes with like 2 of the Gods Knights, because we only seen like a few who could possibly be very strong. That's Fingerling Garling, you know, the guy who just finally became a 5 elder after replacing Saturn, which I believe is a stupid move, honestly. But it is what it is, because like I said, and repeating myself, I'm not going to say anything more because I already said my parts about it. Other than that, I look forward to next chapter. And to think that the guy that looks like Shanks was someone else, which is kind of obvious, although not too obvious, we don't really know. But other than that, I look forward to seeing what these 2 antagonists will do, and looking forward to see what strengths and powers they hold. Because if this guy is the captain of the Gods Knights, and he's the son of Fingerling Shamrock, I am pretty sure that he's no weakling at all. And I hope to see what he can do. If he's just a hockey user with great skill and swordsmanship, that would be a good opponent for Zoro. But I think that would be Luffy's opponent, because if you think about it, Luffy's always been fighting the leader or the strongest antagonist in each arc. And as for Zoro, who knows? But if Zoro and Fingerling Garling ever clash, it will be very interesting how it goes. But other than that, I look forward to the next chapter. And Oda, keep doing the good work, man. Just don't push yourself. I love you, man. Just, yeah. Until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zitto. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!